Over the last year, Kidwings has been exploring one of the most fascinating and curious species in the animal kingdom, barn owls. In this episode of Kidwings Explores, I traveled with our cameraman Alan Lacey to Snowdon Wildlife Sanctuary near McCall, Idaho. We set out to learn how places like Snowdon are working to rescue and save wildlife, including owls. Hey Megan.
Hey Chris.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good. What a beautiful place.
Isn't it? Let me show you around.
All right. Megan Elliott is the executive director of Snowdon Wildlife Sanctuary and lives on site. Snowdon is situated in a very remote and beautiful location, a great environment to rescue wildlife.
So welcome to Snowdon Wildlife Sanctuary. So we are an educational and rehabilitative facility, meaning we take in injured and orphaned wildlife and raise them or fix them and then hopefully return them back to the wild.
And how do animals that come to you arrive?
Usually it's from the public, so we'll get a call from somebody that finds one of these animals and we'll rescue it or they'll bring it to us. I want to show you a little bit more about what we do.
We then headed into the enclosure where staff works to rehabilitate many different species of wildlife before transition back to the wild. What happens when an animal arrives at Snowdon Wildlife Sanctuary?
So we do our initial intake evaluation and then we bring them into one of our outdoor facilities out here. We like to keep everything wild, which is why we have everything outside for the most part. So we're coming up on our coon condo. This guy I call Buddha because he has a very large belly.
And they'll be released into the wild?
Yes, that's the ultimate goal. So probably around September they'll be released into the wild. So I'd like to show you one of our daily routines. We're going to feed Indy, our non-releasable peregrine falcon.
Wow.
And we feed her pheasant chicks generally. Even though she's not releasable, we like to still give her a wild diet like she would have in the wild. Peregrine falcons almost eat exclusively birds, so this is ideal for her. Our summer intern Melissa is going to be feeding Indy.
Getting an up-close meeting with a peregrine falcon was extremely fascinating. Alan placed a GoPro where we could view Indy and watch what it might look like were she eating in the wild.
So one of Chris's favorite animals are owls, and we happen to have one on site, so I'm going to go inside and get my raptor handling equipment and go pick up Ollie.
Over the past couple decades, Kidwings and Owlbrand have helped save hundreds of horned owls and barn owls working with rehab organizations just like Snowden. All owls have high mortality rates, meaning they face many obstacles to their survival, some natural, some human. Rescuing injured owls gives those owls a great second chance.
Hi Chris, meet Ollie.
Wow. Ollie is a great horned owl, and what makes her distinct compared to all other owls?
Well, the first thing is her size. She's one of the largest owls in North America by weight.
I know that she has what appear to be ears, but if I'm right, they're called tufts?
Correct, they're called ear tufts. So they're not actually ears at all, they're just feathers. They can be used for a variety of reasons. It could be either to break up her silhouette when she's sitting in a tree camouflaging, or it could be to show her mood. Is she aggressive? Is she happy?
You've mentioned the word camouflaging. How does that work to a wild owl's advantage?
So she doesn't really need camouflage to hide from her prey like some other birds do. She uses it to hide during the daytime so nobody sees her as she's sleeping.
Where would you find great horned owls typically?
So great horned owls are found all over North America in a variety of habitats.
While I've handled many birds in rescue opportunities before today, I've never done so with the right gear. Megan demonstrates just a small part of what someone needs and needs to know about saving and protecting the bird, and also me. As a result, I've now added a leather handling glove to my packing list. Well, I'll tell you what, it's definitely something that is best left to the professionals. It would be a rare opportunity, but something you'll never forget. While they appear heavy, adult horned owls are actually very light, weighing in at just 5 pounds, which is a good thing because my arm was getting a workout. I tell you what, holding Ollie was the experience of a lifetime.
Isn't it? And it should be an experience of a lifetime, because you really shouldn't do it unless you're under direct supervision of somebody like me or you're a trained professional. We definitely want people to take away the message that wildlife is wild. They should never be handled.
Well, excellent. Thanks so much for your time today. All right. Well, that's a wrap today, folks. And in this episode of Kidwings Explores, we had a great time at Snowdon Wildlife Sanctuary, and we hope you'll pay specific attention to Megan's instructions. To learn more about other episodes, find us on Facebook at Kidwings Explores and at our website, kidwings.com. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next month. If you'd like to know more information about Snowdon Wildlife Sanctuary, visit snowdonwildlife.org. If you're nowhere near McCall, Idaho, contact us and we'll help you find your local rehab facility. Remember, wildlife is wildest when it's wild. One of the goals at Kidwings is to connect classrooms to places of learning like Snowdon Wildlife Sanctuary. Snowdon shares many values that we share, which is trying to educate the public about the importance of animals by putting them face to face, and short films like this accomplish that. This episode of Kidwings Explores was made possible by Owl Brand Discovery Kits and their fans and customers. If you'd like to sponsor a future episode, write to us at info@kidwings.com. Thanks for watching.